Lisa was taking her daughter on a plane for the first time, but something strange happened mid-flight. When all the passengers fell asleep from exhaustion, a red expanse suddenly appeared outside the window. Immediately after, countless bloody hands slapped the glass, and the two flight attendants stood motionless like puppets. With a violent jolt, Lisa woke up from a nightmare. It turned out the plane had hit some turbulence. The flight attendants told passengers to stay calm and seated, but an elderly man in the rear cabin suddenly felt suffocated and collapsed in his seat. Everyone rushed over to help. Lisa instructed them to lay the man flat on the ground and began performing CPR. Suddenly, the old man opened his eyes, got up, and grabbed Lisa by the neck, startling her so much she immediately pushed him away. However, the other passengers seemed unaware of what had just happened and were puzzled by Lisa's actions. The man then started convulsing. Matt asked Lisa what they should do next, but Lisa suddenly saw a dark figure in the back seat, which scared her greatly. The man then stopped convulsing and died on the spot, and the dark figure disappeared instantly. While everyone was feeling sorry for the old man, the plane began to shake violently again. The flight attendant quickly instructed everyone to sit nearby and went to take care of Lisa's daughter. But the turbulence was so severe that the flight attendant was thrown into the air. Lisa told her daughter to put on her oxygen mask and stay calm like her. Fortunately, the plane stabilized shortly after. Lisa hurriedly rushed to check on her daughter and was immensely relieved to find her completely unharmed. At this point, she finally understood why all this was happening. She shared her suspicions with Matt and recounted her childhood experiences. She suspected it was all related to that old witch from then. The witch had cursed the entire plane, causing it to crash severely. But unexpectedly, she survived. Even though 20 years had passed, the witch's curse still lingered. Whenever she flies, she risks her life. Matt found the story absurd and thought it was all in Lisa's imagination. Seeing Matt's disbelief, Lisa didn't explain further. Her daughter then proudly showed her a detailed drawing of the plane they were currently on. The daughter said row 19 would be safer, but Lisa pointed out that it wasn't their assigned seat. Shortly after, the daughter turned and whispered to someone behind. Lisa wondered who her daughter was talking to. The daughter said a little girl was behind. When Lisa got up to look, there was no one there, which frightened her. She quickly hugged her daughter to protect her. At that moment, the flight attendants announced that due to turbulence, they would be landing at the nearest Tolma airport for safety. Hearing this, Lisa felt a chill down her spine. This was indeed the airport she was flying to back then, before the crash occurred. It seemed her suspicions were correct. She was doomed. Suddenly, her daughter started crying in terror. She said the little girl behind her told her that once a man caught fire on the plane, her mother would leave her. Lisa quickly looked around and found a man about to light a cigarette, which frightened her. She hurried forward to stop him, but the man had already lit the lighter, and the flame directly ignited the spilled alcohol, immediately causing a big fire. The guy was instantly set on fire. In the flames, Clarissa saw the old witch's face, which totally freaked her out. When she calmed down, the fire had been extinguished, and the man was burned to a crisp. Although her daughter's prediction came true, she was fortunately not separated from her. But when she turned around, the old man who had died suddenly opened his eyes. She was so scared that she fell into her seat. Countless black hands then bound her tightly. In despair, she saw the seat number 19 above her. She was back in the plane crash from her childhood. She vaguely saw someone trying to put out the fire, and the old witch chanting spells behind her. Then she woke up. She grabbed her daughter to leave, but her daughter was frightened by her appearance.